So, Kingdom of Fear. What's the Kingdom of Fear? The UK?
Yeah,
Pretty much.
fear on. I mean, recently, I don't know if you've been there recently, but it's fucked, man. It's like guys with guns everywhere and terrorist alerts every week.
Policemen with guns, like, you know, just big, massive, like,
Well, policemen and
M16s.
crackheads. But it's just like everything's gone insane with fear. The country's completely lost its mind with panic and fear. It's obviously from Hunter S. Thompson's last book, and he refers to America as a kingdom of fear ruled by the child emperor George Bush II. And by that extension, we're all part of the empire of fear. We played in an American army base town the other day, and there was fear lords all over the place. But yeah, so there is an empire of fear around the world spreading, I think.
And then there's the song Fear of the Future. Are you afraid of the future? Or
Yeah. It's just getting worse and worse. Like our government and the American government are pursuing policies that will get us all killed.
Complete nonsense.
It's just insanity what they're doing in the Middle East. They're going to get us all fucking killed, basically.
It's not just that, it's on like every level, you know, like scientific development and like technological advancement, which is like, you know, will lead to our like destruction kind of thing.
Capitalism being out of control as well, you know, the ridiculous difference between the rich and poor these days, which is just increasing more and more, like just heading straight headlong into some kind of disaster. That's what it feels like anyway. I mean, hopefully we're not, but
I don't know, I think we'll see the apocalypse in our lifetime, like, that's quite
I'm beginning to think so as well.
We could soundtrack it.
The apocalypse.
Yeah, soundtrack for the apocalypse.
how is your tour life? Is it pretty destructive, so that you drink a lot and you want to take some drugs, or is it more?
Very much.
Don't take drugs either.
None of any of it.
We're straight edge. But yeah, there has been a bit of destruction.
Where's your ex?
We're getting them later.
We had a bad gig in Italy, and I smashed 3 toilets, which was a bit of a bad idea. But
And then some guy got in a fight with Jan's girlfriend. It was kind of wasn't.
A guy fought a girl.
Yeah, he punched my girlfriend.
It's there.
this was in Italy. We had a weird. We've just come back from this weird little bit in Italy.
Not very civilized.
Not really a civilized country in the sense that we understand it. You know, pretty fucked up. There were some really nice people as well. Met some great people, but it was fear. That Italy is definitely part of the empire of fear. The Romans were massive fear daddies.
So how was Japan actually? You have not been there. Okay, Bangkok. Okay.
Thailand, yeah, that was amazing. We're going to Japan in about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That's going to be the first time. I can't wait to see Japan. I've wanted to go there for years. Thailand was absolutely incredible. It was just this insane festival. It was like 100,000 people at the festival, and it was mental. It was like the biggest crowd we've ever played to, and it was unbelievable. We totally fucked up the gig, but it was just brilliant fun anyway, and people just seemed to be into it nevertheless. It was beautiful. Such an amazing country. Like, people were fucking so nice, you know.
Let's come to your music videos. I think you've got 2 music videos, one for Reactor and one for your actual singer. How much are you involved in the creation of these videos, since you have been to the School of Art?
The Reactor Party video, we were kind of involved with making it with some guys called Square Lips Films, and we were like involved with making that one a bit. But then the second one, was done by a guy called James Price in London. He's a guy who plays guitar with Tom Veck, and in between tours he directs videos and happens to be like this amazing video director with these bizarre ideas. But he was really great to work with. Like, just had this really simple idea and we just like
I think we wanted to put a lot into it, well, a lot more into the video, a lot more kind of disparate ideas about literature and things like that, and just kind of things that would connect roughly with the song, but in terms of an image would look good, but they just wouldn't fit. We just couldn't get them to work together, and then James came up with this idea of making a pop-up book and everything kind of stop frame animation, and it was just such a weird idea that it was kind of, I don't know, okay, it was largely down to him, that video, even though we had a lot of...
It was more like hands-on for us, like we didn't have any budget whatsoever. We had to
spending 2 or 3 days on that fucking tunnel,
we just took all
in
these
the rain.
generators and down all these people down.
Yeah.
Because it looked like with a small can.
Well, that's how it was, but like it just took quite a long time to do it because there's no natural light. There's only glow sticks. That's what we're using, like snapped glow sticks to sort of see the floor, and then to try and run power and get generators under there, and you start to get high off the petrol from the generator straight away, like the song Reactor Party, and it's freezing. It's in October or something like that, so you're just like really high, your head's spinning, and you're trying to like shoot a video, and everyone else will just sit down and go to sleep because you're like the carbon monoxide is kind of so overpowering in the tunnel in the dark.
And then there's like a crowd of like 50 people or whatever who came down to have a party, and we just brought loads of beer down, and everyone just got lathered. It was like weird 2 days.
Not that different to a gig.
I had a headache for about a week afterwards.
Can any of you speak Gaelic?
No.
No?
A couple of words like, do you want a cup of tea? A multi-getty cup
Can
of
say
tea.
because it's Slange van, which is a sort of a pre-alcohol cheers greeting.
I've searched for some bands from Glasgow, and I will read them out, and maybe you can say a word or what comes in your mind when I say these bands. Okay, I think we will start with the better ones. Bell and Sebastian.
Recorders.
Not my cup of tea.
Travis.
Oh. Christ.
I'm not a big fan of the music, but when I was about 15, the guy from Travis bought me a pint from the bar when I was too young to get served, so I was like, he's a good guy.
He must have only been like 17 then.
I don't know, like he's pretty old.
Okay. Simple Minds.
Oh, amazing.
Oh, yes, amazing.
Class.
One of the best Scottish bands ever, like their early art rock stuff is brilliant.
Johnny and the Self-Abusers, that's what they used to be called.
Yeah.
Remember a friend of ours was interviewing them on the phone, and he was with us on tour, and he was like, "Can I just ask you something?" to Jim Kerr, and he was like, I know used to be called Johnny and the Self-Abusers, and like, that's like, it's a quite controversial name. What do you think of this band name? They're called Shit Disco, and they're from Glasgow. And he's like, oh, it's great, it's amazing, it's pure amazing. And he was like, keep it. Because we were like, at that point, we were like, should we change our name? Should we not change our name? And
Jim Kerr said keep it.
Jim Kerr gave us a thumbs up from Simple Minds. So
did the Pet Shop Boys, actually. My dad bumped into the Pet Shop Boys in Newcastle. Really? He went to school with Neil Tennant.
Pet.
And Pet. And he said, oh yeah, my son's in a band called Shit Disco, and they're being pressured to change their name. And he was like, they hummed and hawed and debated the pros and cons, and eventually said, no, you should tell your management company to change their name instead.
I didn't know that.
Snow Patrol.
Christ, even more.
They're from Ireland. But yeah, they lived in Glasgow for a long time.
Yeah, but we're not really from Glasgow, so.
They're quite weak.
Yes, of course they are weak.
They'll be crushed. You just said it all there, I think.